Are you tired of living in your overregulated state? Are you tired of Big Brother overreach? Are you looking for a red state? Are you looking at Idaho? Guys, with this video, we're gonna combine that with some of the top acreage subdivisions in the valley. You know, waterfront, no HOAs, access to freeways, access to the whole Treasure Valley. We're gonna combine them all, and I'm gonna give you what I think is my top 9. There's one that comes in at number 7. I mean, I talked to a lot of people and most of them know that subdivision. You could make an argument that 7's as good as 1. You can make an argument that 1 should be 9. This video is gonna dive into everything you wanna know about the top 9 acreage subdivisions in the Treasure Valley. Let's go. If you're looking for peace and privacy and not a whole lot of HOA, Cascade Hills hits you at number 9. This one is located in Middleton, Idaho, on the east side of Middleton, Idaho, off of Lansing Lane. Now, the good part about Cascade Hills is there's not a lot of HOA fees. The bad news is you might not be getting much, which is the trade-off, right? You're not getting the neighborhood pool. You're not gonna get the clean and pristine neighborhood entrance. You're not gonna get the neighborhood park. If you wanna take a walk, you're taking a walk on the road. You've got awesome views of Bogus Basin. You're tucked in on Lansing Lane, which is fantastic because it's pretty private back there, but while at the same time, you're only 6 minutes from Albertsons or from a couple restaurants. You're only 15 minutes from all the access you need to Costco, Walmart, changing your tires, that type of stuff. So, and that would be done probably in North Meridian if you're living in that area of Middleton. You can even find some spots in Star that take care of a lot of those. When you're looking at the builders in there, Mendiola and Tradition did quite a few. There's a Highland home in there. In fact, it's for sale as we speak. At least it was gonna be taken off the market. I've walked through, I've sold a Tradition home in there. I've almost sold a Mendiola in there. It says there's other builders in there. You can see that on your screen. I've actually never seen those builders, but in there because I just never walked through the homes, but I'm not gonna argue against the data that's on the MLS. The lowest home sale price in there is $997, so right at $1 million. The highest home sale price is $1.417, and the median is $1.192 with a median days on market of 41 days. It's a pretty healthy market in that neighborhood when it comes to $1 million homes. This is a neighborhood that recently has gotten a lot of attention. In the last 3 or 4 months, I've shown this neighborhood to a handful of customers. It seems like regularly I'm in that neighborhood. And why? It's because it's peaceful. It looks like no HOA in terms of not a lot given, but it's clean, it's kept well, it's manicured well. And so there's the pride of ownership in there without the CCNRs or the HOA governing every little part of your life. And so I have found that people actually really love that place. And the last person I had that almost bought in there was debating between Star River Ranch and Cascade Hills, and they ended up going with a custom build right next to Cascade Hills. So it is a good neighborhood. At number 9, it's a place I'd be happy to call home. If you're looking for something with acreage next to the freeway over there in the Middleton-Caldwell area, Stetson Homes and Madden Homes have teamed up as the builder duo in Country Stage Ranches. You've got 3 to 5 bedrooms. You've got the 2.5 to 4.5 size bathrooms, as small as 2,300, as big as 4,100 square feet roughly. Most of these things are built in 2025 or newer, obviously, or newer, meaning it'll be continuing in the 2026, 27. And then the price ranges on these homes are super tight. The lowest price is $930 and the highest price is $1.05. And then the median price is right almost at $1 million. It's $2,450 different. I've looked in this neighborhood again quite a few times. When people come to town because of where I live a mile south of this neighborhood, and I live on Acreage too, and I love that Acreage life. It's why I left Legacy and Eagle at pretty well manicured, $500 every quarter HOA dues, golf course, the swimming pools, the green space, the walking paths, everything. It had everything. It was awesome. But I left that because I wanted the Acreage life. And so when people come to town, they kind of know that. It's kind of cool though, because I've been able to help people get into Dry Creek Ranch or to Legacy or to the HOA neighborhoods. And honestly, there's some days I miss that stuff because you miss those amenities, and you've just got to ask yourself what matters most to you. If you're watching this video, what matters most to you is probably the acreage lifestyle, probably the chickens. You might even want a larger animal, a cow, a horse. A lot of these neighborhoods in their HOAs are gonna say you can have 1 large animal per half acre or per acre, or per acre. That's what a lot of you are searching for. The Country Stage Acres is gonna have 30 home sites. It's probably got 15 to 20 homes built up right now. Solid neighborhood. I like the access to the high school, I like the access to the freeway. Solid pick for number 8. If you want the acreage, plus you want a little bit of amenities, the pool, the pickleball, the espresso in the morning, the Pilates class, the yoga classes, the equestrian center. The number 7 could make a strong argument that it needs to be number 1 is Dry Creek Ranch, located in the Eagle area. Dry Creek Ranch is fantastic. I've sold a number of homes there. I've sold the largest acreage home site. I think at the time it was the largest home sale in that neighborhood. 2.5 acres, and it's a gorgeous home. You have, I think it's 1,400 acres of sprawling community. And so it's built into the hills. So when you see them building out the next phase, they're digging into hillsides, and they're spending a lot of money to excavate. I'm looking at my stats here. There's 467 acres of open space. The equestrian center, you have 2 pools, you have a lot of common areas, miles and miles and miles of walking trails. You have the community farm, that's somebody who's employed there and they take care of the farm, and then the food's there for the community. You used to have a lot of builders there. What happened was Boise Hunter Home was developing, and they had a plethora of builders there. Highland, Zach Evans, Biltmore, a lot of others. And now Boise Hunter Homes is not only developing, but they're also selling lots. And so they're making more money. One of the things I don't like about that is that the homes start looking alike and it starts looking less creative, if you will. But like, I would consider Dry Creek Ranch. I don't think I'd ever officially make the move to Dry Creek Ranch. Homes in Dry Creek Ranch are anywhere from, you know, small acreage, like 0.12, into 2.5 acres. Like I said, I've sold a 2.5 acre one. Most of the stuff that we're talking about acreage wise right now, you're gonna find for just under an acre up to 1.5. And then the HOA dues there are about $1,500 a month, give or take. You'll find the home sizes to be smaller, bigger. You can find something that fits you. And the last year, the lowest sold price was $805. Highest sell price, $2.55. That's just a hair over what mine was a year and a half ago. That helped the good family from Portland. If you guys still watch these, one of the coolest clients I've ever had. They're super awesome. But Dry Creek Ranch, if you're looking for the community pools, if you're looking for, you know, go down and have some social, and you also have the HOA, and it's, you know, it has its pros and cons of that HOA. But if you're looking for acreage life with some of that well-manicured things, check out the homes in Dry Creek Ranch. If that is you, actually put the word Dry Creek Ranch down below in the comments, and I'll reach out to you with a list of homes from Dry Creek Ranch. Super cool neighborhood, super easy to sell in there because it is what it is. Different than maybe what you're looking for, because a lot of people look for acreage life without the HOA, but if you're looking for the amenities from the HOA, solid pick for you at number 7. Number 6, if you want waterfront luxury in Star, Idaho, Middleton Schools, you are looking at Leighton Lakes. Used to be really good friends of ours, moved into Leighton Lakes. Super awesome people, and they have an awesome home, and it's very typical of the homes in there. I mean, it's super large, it's right in the water, they have their own pool, they have their own shop. I mean, we're talking 2-3 acres of grass, and you also own into the water as well. They can take their little jet skis out there and things like that. At least they could at the time. It backs up to a Boise Hunter Homes neighborhood over there in Star. I mean, we won't even talk about that one today because it's not acreage, but if you're looking for large home sites, I mean, we're talking 2.5 million is probably the lowest home sale price in that neighborhood. It's Leighton Lakes, up to 4 or 5 million. This is Leighton Lakes. Tucked in, it's a little innocent street. You don't even know the homes are really back there unless you see like the Christmas lights at Christmas time, and you can see them if you're traveling east. Other than that, not many people know that neighborhood's back there. In fact, it's so small, there's only 14 homes on that little strip. This was an open sub, meaning you buy the land and you can bring your own builder. There are multiple builders in there. HOA dues in that neighborhood, $2,500 a year. You're getting a lot of water maintenance with that. There's not a lot of else going on there. Our data that we have shows that there's 4,000 square feet roughly for all the houses in there. I've been in some homes that are bigger than that. They're not all 4,000 square feet. So ignore what Zillow says and ignore what your research says. There's homes in there that are 6, 7, 10,000 feet, just square feet. They're massive. So awesome subdivision. What I like about the location is it's only about a mile or 2 west of all the things in Star. And so all your amenities are, you know, car washes, your restaurants, your bank, all that type of stuff. I'm talking fast food restaurants, and, you know, like the Cafe Rios, Teriyaki Madness, Mountain Mike's, and then all those types of restaurants, Substop, Capriotti's, those types of things, quick bite to eat, those are located so close. If I had $3 million sitting around and a home popped up in this subdivision, easy choice for me. Every house is bleeding luxury. So if I had $3 million and that's your budget, I'd look at Leighton Lakes. If you had 4 or 5 million, I'd still look at Leighton Lakes. I like it because Eagle has some of these subdivisions around, but what I like about Leighton Lakes is it's really unassuming. It's this private drive, it's gated, and it just feels like, it's just not gaudy. And I like that. Some people like that, and so if you're looking for more gaudy, there's some things in Eagle. You can find the same home in Williamson River Ranch with less space for a couple million, and you'd be paying just $1 million more probably to have 5 acres and have some wiggle room. but same quality of build. So that's my take. But before we get to number 5, I want to tell you, 1, thanks for watching, and 2, it is the greatest compliment I get is to receive phone calls, texts, emails from you, people like you who are moving here, who are seeking freedom, who want to get out of their woke state. Because why? Because I'm officially the non-official, non-woke agent of Idaho. It's going to help you move from your big brother overreach state to here to the red state of Idaho. Get your license plates, say Idaho, get your driver's license that says Idaho, and we'll help you become a full-fledged, freedom-loving Idahoan. When you call, text, or email, we'll put you in the Buying in Boise blueprint. And what that's set to do is just not waste your time. And you're gonna find homes without missing out on any homes and not overpaying on homes. So if that is you, if you're interested, please, please, please reach out. Call, text, email, and just get the ball rolling, and we will get you started on the Buying in Boise blueprint. If you're looking for the no HOA, large acreage, close to freeway, and maybe just a speck nicer, I've got Oakridge Estates coming at you. I've sold one in there in my lifetime. It's a McCarter Morehouse home. There actually aren't a ton of homes in there. There's only, for resale, there's only been, I think, 3 resales in there. Median days on the market in that subdivision is 27 days. I've seen the highest home sale price go for 1.5, and I think there was an off-market property that went for 1.6. It was the parade home from McCarter Morehouse, and then the lowest price in there is 1.2. So your values are just a tad bit nicer in that subdivision. Oak River Homes and Idaho Impact Homes are in there as well. I'm not as familiar with those 2 builders as I am McCarter Morehouse, but you're looking at a minimum home site of an acre, and then your minimum square footage in that neighborhood is 2669, ranging to 3,500 roughly. 3-car garage homes in there. I've seen every home have an RV bay, if I'm not mistaken. There might be a couple exceptions to that, but I'm pretty sure. It's over there. It's kind of closer to Purple Sage Golf Course. It's close to the freeway, only a couple miles from the freeway. About a mile as the crow flies, it seems like. And so that's over there in the west side of Middleton, or the greater Caldwell County area, or the Canyon County area. To me, this subdivision feels like you can buy in there and your values are gonna be kept up just a tad bit more. It feels really spacious, even though it's the same acreage we're having in other neighborhoods. When I compare this to Country Sage Estates, the price tag is more, but I feel like your values will be kept up better in that neighborhood. The homes just fit the lot better. They look better. They look more stately. Just my own take. Could be wrong, but you know, when buying, impressions are everything, and you've got to match the impression to the dollar bill that's associated with that house. So when they come through, they want to feel like they're buying a $1.3 million home, not a, you know, they don't want to go and buy it, go and notice a difference in their mind subconsciously, and it feels like $1 million, but they have to pay 1.3. You're never going to get the home sold to that point. So that's why I like it, is it just feels like it matches the price tag. All right, we're almost to the top. This one almost made the top 3. One of my favorite subdivisions. I happen to know the developer on this one. Good friend of ours, and it's a small subdivision. In fact, I might say if I didn't know my friend, I've only been in this neighborhood 1 or 2 other times to show homes. This neighborhood only has 8 home sites on there, so it's super small. It's located in the east side of Eagle. They have a neighborhood entrance. They have just beautiful homes in there. I would not be surprised to see the CCNRs dictate that you must have at least 4,000 square feet or 5,000 square feet. They're massive homes. The Acreage home sites are about 1.8 acres. It's a little lane that just goes in the back and has trees in the back of the neighborhood. So like some of those back lots have awesome trees. The lot sizes in there all seem to be about the same, about 1.8 acres. Really cool subdivision. HOA dues on Pescara Estates is $700 a year. I've seen a couple builders in there. One is Paradigm. The best thing about the east side of Eagle is your access to Highway 55, in my opinion. You've got stores on the east side there. You're also closer to Boise. You can be 20 minutes to Boise if you're on that east side of Eagle, which is fantastic. You know, if you want to go out for dinner that night, if you want to head up the Boise State football game, that type of thing. That's why you head into Boise. I know that those who are watching this are like, yeah, I want to avoid Boise. It's more woke than the rest of Boise. Like, yeah, that's true, but downtown Boise still has some perks that you need to go downtown. And it's not like Philadelphia, it's not like New York City, it's not like downtown LA, it's not like that type of stuff. It's not like you're having to step over homeless people every second. Like it's pretty nice city still nonetheless. And so just because you have an impression in your head what downtown big cities look like, I mean, we're only 750,000 people in the whole valley. And so you still find yourself going downtown the closer you are to there. Every time my wife and I go downtown, we're always thinking to ourselves, man, we should take a little staycation in Boise. Never done it yet. Just to grab a nice dinner, a hotel, and then have breakfast and have just, 15 hours of being away from the kids would seem kind of fun. So I wouldn't write downtown Boise off for being there. Living there, not my style. Obviously, probably not yours. Everyone wants to be in the top 3. Everyone wants a ton of land. Everyone wants views. Everyone wants to be next to my favorite golf course in the Treasure Valley at Shadow Valley. And that is the name of this subdivision. It's Shadow Valley Estates. It's right across Highway 55 from Shadow Valley Golf Course. Quick break on Shadow Valley Golf Course. It's got long par 5s. It's got a cool, that's the number 13, I think it is, where you've got this like upper fairway and lower fairway. If you miss this one, it rolls to the lower one. It's got nice water features. You got some tee boxes that are elevated, and so you can do, feel like you're hitting a long drive, and in all reality, isn't that funny how when you get those long drives off those tee boxes? It feels like you hit it a mile and it's still like the same distance. I feel like it's the same distance. It only adds like 20 yards or something. But the number of acres you're gonna get on each home site is roughly 10 acres per home site. There's only 11 lots in here that they were building on, but this was 118 acres they were building on. So like they actually took quite a big chunk. They got them approved for larger lots. Very, very nice feel. Every home that you see has an awesome, awesome view of the golf course or of the valley. Shadow Valley Estates would be a fantastic place to call home. If you're mad at your neighbors, you have to get a slingshot out to hit their house with a rock. But the lots were originally priced $300,000 plus. They're worth way more than that now. There is some excavation that has to be done in those lots. So once you get the home prices in there, the home prices are gonna be a little bit more. First one that sold in there in August 2023 was 1.67 million, 4 beds, 3 baths, 3 car garage, 3,300 square feet, 10 acres. That was Taylor Jean Homes. Taylor Jean builds a very nice home. There's one that's pending right now in there. It's land and it's 8 acres for $874,000. So kind of tells you what's happening in that subdivision. The reason you'd choose Shadow Valley Estates is for large acreage home sites, awesome views. You're in the mountains, so nothing's in the same terrain, right? So you're gonna have one home down here, one up here, a couple up here. And so that's just how the neighborhood works. It's really hilly, it's built into the mountain or the foothill there, and you get awesome views. So if you're looking for a little space and a little view, check out Shadow Valley Estates. Number 2, and it pains me to put it at number 2 because I really, really want to put a Middleton sub at number 1 because I absolutely love Middleton. It's just how a cookie crumbled on this one. I couldn't quite do it. My number 1 subdivision that I would get right now for me is probably number 2. This one has the access to the freeway. It's got a little elevation to the neighborhood. It's got a few homes in there. Doesn't have the neighborhood parks, doesn't have the elementary school, doesn't have, city services, doesn't have the neighborhood pools, but I absolutely love Timber Hills. You have anything in there from about 1 acre to 2.5 acres. You've got smaller homes around 2,500 square feet, and you've got larger homes around 4,800 square feet. For me, that's my style. I don't need the 10,000 square foot home. Now, do I want it? Sure. I'll take a basketball court and I'll take a golf simulator off the living room. I'll take all that stuff. But realistically speaking, for my first world needs, my first world needs can be taken care of in $1.5 million. And that's about what the home prices are in this subdivision. A little bit less than that, in fact. In the last 12 months, the median home price is 1.225. The highest home sale price was 1.5. Lowest price was over $1 million at 1.025. That's $1,025,000. Blackstone, Bradshaw, and Waltman are all in there. It's northwest Caldwell or Middleton, about 2 miles west of the high school, really close to the freeway, really close to the old Highway 30, if you know that one, if you're familiar with the area. I would say there's just room to breathe in this neighborhood. It's more complex than a little spike that has 14 homes on it or 8 homes. It doesn't have the Dry Creek Ranch amenities, but it does have the access to the freeway. If you're looking for rural and you're looking for space and you're looking for maybe just, your own septic and your own well, 1 acre or 2 acres, I just love Timber Hills. And so check this one out. It's gonna be worth it. Now, I've toured many, many homes in Timber Hills, and the first home I ever sold in Timber Hills was only a couple months ago. In fact, it was like a month ago, and it's an awesome home site. It was the last one of the new homes, and RV bay had a ton of extras in the home. It was an awesome Blackstone home. Their morning view is absolutely beautiful because the neighborhood shelves up, like each tier is a new layer, and they're on the top, and they have out their front window, they have the best view that will never be impeded upon unless somehow Middleton's the next hub and they have a downtown skyscraper view, of a downtown skyscraper view from their front window. But they can see Bogus from their front window, and it is absolutely breathtaking. Awesome view. I love it. You can see the rolling hills to get there, and then the distant background is Bogus. Awesome, awesome. And before I give you number 1, quick reminder, there's no greater compliment that I received than phone calls, texts, emails from you, because that puts me in business and gets you in the red-loving state of Idaho, you freedom-loving, non-woke person you are. Let's head to number 1. Secluded, freeway access, Treasure Valley access. You can be downtown in 15 minutes. You can be over in Middleton in 20. You can be all your stores, restaurants in less than 15. Great schools, great area, perched up above the valley, so you have a view of the valley if you have one of those rear lots in that subdivision. This is the Keep in South Meridian. Why did I choose the Keep? Because of all those things I just mentioned. The location is unmatched. South Meridian is growing at a great pace right now. They're building a Costco between South Meridian and Cuna to show you kind of where the valley is going. You've got Boise Ranch Golf Course really close. You've got the freeway really close. You have the Hillsdale Park. You have the YMCA. You have the new Albertsons. You have things in there from a ½ acre to 1.5 acres. The last home I saw in there was $2.5 million. Integrity, Solitude, Morgan Creek, Serenity, Tradewinds, O2, Todd Campbell. Todd Campbell just had an awesome parade home in there. Friends of ours built that. It was just fantastic. They just did a fantastic job. The lowest home sale price in there in the last 12 months is 1.125. Median price is 1.5, and that means the maximum price is 1.9. Median days on market in the last 12 months, 22 days. And I told you there was just a $2.5 million home because that was off market. So that one doesn't show up in here. The best thing I love about the Keep is it has to be the access. I actually show the Keep on some of my Instagram reels, and they get a ton of views. People comment there's no trees. It's because it's a new subdivision in the desert. Remember, Boise's a desert valley. We bring the water to the desert, and then the desert's actually really a good soil to grow stuff in. We do have clay. We do have a high water table, so that prevents a lot of basements from being built, to answer that question that a lot of you ask me. But the location at the Keep is super. It's just awesome. It's only 2 miles off the freeway or so. And it's just a straight shot to the Eagle exit. And then you're going east to Boise to go to, catch a Boise State football game. You're going west to play Timberstone out in Caldwell for golf. I mean, I don't know where you're going, but those are the things that the freeway access gets you. It connects the whole valley. It's almost regretfully I have to say Keep is number 1. I wanted so much to put something from Middleton at number 1 just because I love being here and I'm super biased. But thinking of you guys, places you should check out, the Keep would be one of those if you're looking at coming here with $1 million plus home and you're looking at acreage and you want access to the whole valley, you want good schools, check out the Keep. Now, there are a ton of acreage subdivisions. I could have talked about any one of them. Honorable mention, Buckhorn Estates. My wife always told me we're gonna live in Buckhorn Estates. 5-acre parcel north of Beacon Light in Eagle. It was about Beacon Light and Linda Road-ish. Homes in there, 20 years old, 5 acres, spread out home. The trees are established, the sunsets are amazing. The feel is just quiet and peaceful. It's a rural slice of luxury. I just absolutely love everything that there is about Buckhorn Estates. There's a million other subdivisions that I could have talked about in the Boise subdivision that are acreage. When it's all said and done, if you can get acreage anywhere in the valley, I mean, I would seriously consider it. Homes are awesome. That luxury shower or the dual vanity or the makeup counter or the heated tile floors, whatever it is that you're interested in, like those are all cool, but nothing beats, in my opinion, the ability to have your own land and do your own thing. Build your own pickleball court, your own shop. You have chickens, have a horse, have a goat, whatever it is that suits your fancy. I love acreage for that reason. You can make it your own. Homes in Buckhorn Estates are going to be anywhere from 2,400 square feet to 6,800 square feet, right around that 5-acre mark. And like I said, 4.99 acres to 5.76. Everything north of Beacon Light has to be 5 acres. I'm actually not sure why it says 4.99 because it's actually written, it has to be 5. These were built in the 94 to 2000. Well, they did continue building a couple more in 2023. There was a couple new homes. For the most part, they were built in the 90s. Tradewinds, Taylor Jean, Hines, those are the newer home builders that went in there. And then you've got some of those older homes that builders that still aren't around right now. So highest price ever sold in there in the last 12 months is 1.7. I've seen them in the close to 3 million in there. Median days on market 22. Just a fantastic neighborhood. West Eagle, you're gonna be shopping in Eagle and North Meridian. And I don't have enough good things to say about Buckhorn Estates. If you have a neighborhood that you think should have been on the top 9, I want to hear it. I could easily make 3 of these videos. Give me the next list of 9 that you think I should include. Give me your next top 5, your next 1 that I missed. Maybe it's your subdivision I missed. Maybe you don't want people moving to your subdivision, so you don't want to tell me your subdivision. I really think that this acreage list is the best list you can do. Watch it again, study it. If there's anything about these subdivisions that I missed or information that you want to know, most of these subdivisions are going to be, well and septic and things like that. So if you want to know any questions on these subdivisions or anything like that, if I miss location or my schools or anything else in these subdivisions, please let me know what you want to know and I can shoot straight with you and let you know. Put that in the comments or send me an email, brian@brianhymas.com. Text, email. Remember, no greater compliment that I receive than people who are non-woke wanting to come to the non-woke state and want to use the unofficial, official, non-woke agent of the Treasure Valley. If that is you, let's get in touch and get you a driver's license from Idaho, a license plate from Idaho. That way you can become a full-fledged, freedom-loving Idahoan. If you like this video, I want to suggest to you that you watch the top 9 things you should know before moving to the Treasure Valley. That video is right there in the corner. Okay, go watch that video right now because it's going to give you everything you need to know.